Leddick one more time. Come on out with David Leddick. I'm giving you a little variety instead of just interviewing people about their coming out experiences. We're doing a few little different things and kind of promoting myself also. Because I've done a little blog for you about my new book, Gorgeous Gallery. I'm doing a lot right now. I'm doing a lot now because I just sold a new novel too. I have a new novel that's just been sold to Wisconsin University Press. I have a very, very good PR team, Jose Lima and Bill Spring, and they've been helping me a lot. And they've said through their help, we sold the book to Wisconsin University Press. I'm not sure whether it'll be Christmas or spring. We're working on that right now. But it's interesting because what I've done a kind of a novel that's more of a, I don't know, it's not a straightforward A, B, C, D, E kind of tracking, but what it's about is it's about being gay over 70. We don't really have anybody reporting back from being gay over 70 as to what it's really like. And I don't think we have any role models, and we don't have any idea that maybe it's great. Because I'm telling everybody, you know, now that they're 65, I said, you might live another 30 years. You're going to spend that 30 years sitting around on your dead butt, please. 70 is just, 70 to 80 is just middle age. So you got to do something with your life. It's a story about someone over 70 who actually has two possible love interests going on at the same time, and and it's also interrupted frequently just with the sort of thoughts a person has over 70, because your point of view changes a lot. You know, you cannot destroy your reputation after 70. You're really free to do what you want. And an interesting thing about this book is I'm going to illustrate it with drawings by Pavel Chelichev. Pavel Chelichev, I have quite a few drawings by him. A Russian painter, came to the United States in the 1930s, very famous at one time. Museum of Modern Art had a big painting, I think it was called Hide and Seek, was the most visited painting in the museum back in the 1940s, 50s. Now people have pretty forgotten him, but I have a lot of things, and a lot of it's going to be very sexy. I have a lot of some nude drawings by him. He was great with the male nude. This is one of them that will be in the book. And he also did wonderful portraits, and I'm going to just, I have portraits, and I'm going to put them in the book, and I'm not going to say who they are. When you read the book, you're just going to have to guess who this is. But this is a portrait, and of course, they actually, it's fiction, so it's not a real portrait of a real person, but I have that portrait. I have this really, really very nice portrait. This is not me, although it kind of looks like me. But this is not me. Anyway, Pavel Chelichev will be illustration. We're doing kind of an illustrated novel, which is a new thing. And I think that you'll be, of course, be told exactly what happens when it comes out. But it's interesting, because once you're over 70, you kind of want to do things other people either aren't going to do, can't do, haven't thought of doing. So I've got like 4 book projects, and my next thing I'm working on right away, I'm going to do my advertising memoirs. That's coming up next, because I used to always tell people, I used to come back from meetings with these clients who never liked anything you ever did, and I would say, we offered them caviar, but they wanted peanut butter, so we'll give them peanut butter. So the name of my book is going to be We Offered Them Caviar. And if you're watching Mad Men, that's exactly my time period in advertising. I was worldwide creative director for Revlon. And I was gay, I was out, there was never any pretense that I was not. But I lived in kind of a different world than you see in the television show. And I'm going to write about that, because it was a very tough world, more like Hollywood than Madison Avenue, really. And I think in many ways it prefigured the 21st century. A lot of the world that I lived in back in the 60s and 70s, in many ways, was a lot more like the world we're all in right now. It was a tough world, but if you could do it, you were rewarded. It didn't matter what school you'd gone to, what you looked like, who you were related to. If you couldn't do the work, you didn't get the job. And I think that's in some ways a much more fairer world than the old one that you can see on TV. So, my friends, that's it. I have a new book, Meaningless Kisses, meaningless hugs, meaningless kisses, meaningless hugs, meaningless kisses. Don't try to memorize it. You're going to hear a lot more about it in the future. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I will be back again next week. Ciao, ciao.